Bowman here from BW1, and in this video I want to give you my review of a pretty cool budget conscious laptop to use some premium specs with it, and that is Lenovo Flex 14. The Flex 14 gets its name because it kind of takes some cues from the Yoga and some of the dual mode functionality that it has inside of here. So it's pretty good for those that are not looking to break the budget in terms of buying a laptop, but do want some extra functionality of it and some pretty cool features. So let's take a look at the Lenovo Flex 14. All right, one of the first things you notice here, one of the first things I definitely noticed when using it is that it isn't the lightest or thinnest laptop. We'll kind of close it right here. And you can see it's a bit more on the bulky side of things. It's about 4.5 pounds in total weight, so not the lightest you're going to carry around, but by no means is going to be like super duper heavy and such. So there is some drawbacks obviously when you're looking at sort of this price range here. This kind of goes, I think at its max price I've seen is about $649 or so. So it's definitely for that price range you're gonna be looking at making a few sacrifices here, but it's still pretty light and pretty good in terms of sort of its build quality and its feel. It's got a nice sort of soft finish here on top of it. This is the color range that color, which is the black color, which Lenovo sent to us, which they're pretty nice to send us this to a review. So it's pretty cool of them to do that. All right, let's take a look around here. Some of the ports, you do get plenty of ports available on here. So you do have your gigabit port here, full HDMI, so you won't have to run around looking for an adapter or a converter to full HDMI port. You have USB 3.0 as well too, and you have your charging port right there, your rapid charge port, a couple of LED lights here, one for power and one for letting you know that the laptop is charging. Here on this side we have a few more ports here. You have your volume rocker here, you have your headphone jack expansion port, two USB 2.0 ports. You have, as you hear, a little bit of notification there because this is running full Windows 8.1. Does have your lock there for rotation, and you have a power button right there, so it's pretty cool. Don't have anything here in the back, but the back does hold the 4-cell battery. Gives you about, they say estimate about 9 hours of battery life. I didn't get quite close to that, but it was a pretty decent battery life here for it. Something that you expect in this budget line here. It's pretty nice overall in terms of its feel, look. It's going to be something that people are going to look at, and it's pretty nice looking here, pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and flip it up here. Have it on here, so you have a full 14-inch HD display that is a touchscreen display as well too. Runs full Windows 8.1, so none of that RT nonsense. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Windows RT kind of man there, so you do have the ability and the functionality that you would have with any other touchscreen based device right here inside of a full functioning laptop, which is pretty cool. The configuration we have is a Core i5, which you can drop down to a Core i3 if you want to. You have about 4 gigabytes of RAM and a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now they do have an option with that to get a 500 gigabyte hard drive with an 8 gigabyte SSD as well, sort of a hybrid drive here, which is one of the ones we have here. Hybrid drives kind of help you sort of keep a lot of storage, which is the 500 gigs, but then also give you the ability to take advantage of the faster speeds and with SSD. So that's what the 8 gigabyte SSD storage is there for. So that's pretty cool on here. You have the nice little chiclet keyboard here. It's really nice here on it. It isn't a backlit keyboard, unfortunately here, but you are making some sacrifices with that. It's pretty easy to type on, pretty nice. You do have your multi-touch trackpad here at the bottom. Now with this, I did have some trouble getting used to this at first. It felt a little funky to sort of click down at first, but what I found was it just took some time. Looks like you had to kind of knock it in a little bit there to get it working, but kind of sort of get some use out of it before it started working pretty well there. But overall, it became a cool experience. But at first, it might feel like it's a little bit rough to sort of press down. You do have a nice sort of metal finish here at the top, so it's overall good. I have big hands here, but you can see you're still able to sort of type on here. I'm just typing anything on here, but it still feels pretty good. You have your function keys here at the top. Nice overall with it. Like I said, you have your full Windows 8 desktop right there. Let's go ahead and flip this up and show you the dual mode. So now for the added functionality, can't flip all the way around to a tablet, but it does give you sort of this nice little sort of stand mode here that allows you to interact with it this way. Now this is pretty cool if you're doing presentations, if you're gonna do, if you're in the kitchen and you're cooking, you want recipes, you'll be able to kind of maneuver around with it this way. It presents and displays to you really cool. It's gonna make those Windows 8 apps that are in sort of the Metro UI or Modern UI, whatever they're calling it these days, really stand out. Let's take a quick look at sort of the travel application. Here is one example. So you can see sort of how it looks. You can see how it just kind of jumps out at you. Those Windows 8 apps look really good, and it's presented really well when you have this sort of interface in this mode here, which is really nice. And it just really, like I said, just helps make Windows 8 just look all the better and much easier to use, especially when you have touchscreen input with it. You can still do your swipes. You have the home button here at the bottom, so you can press that button there, brings you back to the main home screen. So all sorts of cool stuff there. I was able to do some pretty good work on here with the Lenovo Flex 14. One of the things I was able to do, I was able to edit some HD video with it as well. And I would say about a 5-minute video, this full 1080p HD, took me about, when it was rendering and stuff, probably from beginning to end, from beginning edit to the rendering portion, probably roughly about 30 to 35 minutes. Just rendering the video once I have everything edited and done took about, I would say about 5 minutes of video, took about 10 minutes or so with that. So it's not the fastest out there, but it was pretty decent. But I'm doing full 1080p editing on a laptop, and 10 minutes is pretty good, even though we've seen faster in some other sort of some other laptop configurations. It does have an Intel HD 4400 graphics card inside of it, so it's good enough to do most basic video editing and most basic gaming with it as well too. It's not a gaming centric laptop by any means, so you're not going to sit here and do anything hardcore with it, but some of the basic stuff out there that you guys like to, a lot of people like to play, from your World of Warcraft, will probably be able to run on here pretty well. Some simple Microsoft games, some simple Windows 8 based games will work well on here. If you play Bejeweled and stuff, like I know a lot of people like Bejeweled and Candy Crush and all those, you're gonna be able to play them on there fine. It's not gonna be any issues there with that. That's sort of where this is kind of aimed at here with the Flex 14. You can see how easily it just rotates back like that. Get an idea. You can see right there how sort of thick the thin that it is, and you get this nice look here. But overall, I am definitely impressed with the Flex 14. It's something I really like. Let's actually knock this back into this dual mode, because I think this is where it looks most impressive right here. And I really do like the Flex 14. I think it's a very good laptop. I think it's good for those that are looking for something that is not going to break the bank. Like I said, budget conscious. You don't want anything crappy at all by any means, but you want something that's gonna be good for you. You're not looking to spend thousands of dollars on a premium ultrabook, but you want something good. The Flex 14 is gonna do that for you as well. Oh, one thing we did forget to mention, it does have a webcam on, an HD webcam at the top, so for your Skype calling and stuff, it's gonna be pretty cool. Plus also doing the Skype call in the sort of the dual mode here, with sort of the stand mode here, being able to be able to sort of see it in presentation mode like this, being able to do Skype through the Windows 8 app is going to look pretty cool as well. But overall, definitely like the Lenovo Flex 14. Definitely would give it a thumbs up. And for those, like I said, that are looking in that mid-level budget range, that don't want to break the bank, but they want something good, they want the best bang for their buck, the Flex 14 is pretty good for you. And they do make a 15-inch version of this as well too, so definitely check that out if you're looking for something just maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit more on the multimedia side. But overall, the Flex 14 is definitely something I would give a thumbs up for. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps us out. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page here. Connect with us on all the other social networks, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. We're all over on there. The link to that is in the description. We have a full written review as well too, with some photos available at bw1.com, so definitely check that out. The link to that is also in the description. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition. Thanks for watching.